and today we will be contouring, bronzing, highlighting, and blushing our face. I did start off with my base and the rest of my makeup completely done. I did use all the products from my previous video, the how to apply foundation routine. So if you do want to see how I did apply my foundation, please go to that video. I will link it in the description. And I'm going to keep this intro short and sweet, so let's get on with the video. There are two types of items that you can use to contour, bronze, yada yada yada, highlight, blush. So you can use powders and you can use creams. I want to say if you want the items to last longer, I would use creams and put powder on top. That way they can last longer. If not, just use powder. I find them easier to blend, and that is what I will be showing you guys today. I do like to start off with bronzing my face. I am going to use the Sigma large angled contour brush, the F40, which is this right here. And I'm looking this way because that's where the screen is. If I'm looking down, my mirror is going to be in this corner. Sorry, I'm not looking at you guys. And to bronze, I will be using the Mercier Radiance Baked Body Bronzer, which I love. It has a beautiful glow to it. It does have a mirror, which is really dirty, sorry. And yes, let's begin with the bronzing. The areas that I typically bronze are my forehead and the cheeks. I also like to do the bridge of my nose, like right on top of the button part, and sometimes I do my chin, depending on the look and depending on how I feel. So I am going to dip in, and I am going to start off with my forehead. So I do like to place the bronzer and just brush it up into the hairline. And once I do have it applied, I like to blend it out with small circular motions and back and forth motions. I feel like it just gives you a nice, like, sun-kissed finish. And for the cheeks, I do like to apply it with the pointed part facing up and just like so, and just go back and forth, round and round, just like that. And for the other side, make sure it's still facing up. And I really like this brush to apply it since it is like the perfect size. And you just need to go back and forth, make sure you're blending properly. And for my nose, I do like to just dip the brush, tap it off a little bit, and then just apply the tiniest bit to my nose, just like that. If I do apply too much, I just like to take the item that I applied my foundation with. Today it was the Beauty Blender, and just go over it. It does have excess foundation on it, so that will just blend that right out. Okay, so I guess I am applying some on my chin. And we are looking better and more live already. Next, I do like to contour. So to contour, I do like to use the Sedona Lace FB 05 brush, which is like this. And I will be using my Tarteist Pro Glow palette. This is the same thing I'm going to be using for my highlighter. I do love it because it has a cream contour, a powder one, and 4 highlighting shades, and 2 mirrors on each side, which I don't use. They're very small. The way I like to use this brush is to use the very corners of them and just chisel my cheeks that way. So I'm just going to dip the very corner in. I am going to do it on both sides. We are going to start off with the cheeks, not the forehead this time. And sorry, my brush is like broken. I'm having difficulties. What I like to do is you could see where your natural contour is, and I just like to go over that. And just go back and forth. Go a little up and down as well. And I always like to bring it up. And now the other side. Now we could go back and start blending it out now that it doesn't have as much product. If you would like, you can, you know, take some off on your wrist. This brush is really not working with me right now. I need glue to like glue that back on. So now to blend this out, just go a little higher. Your bronzer should be there as a base. And you could just start gently blending that out. So it's nice and smooth and blended. And now with the other side, just circular motions right above. So that blends out, and if you don't like the way it blended out, foundation brush, it always softens everything. Now, I always like to do blush next. We will be using the Hourglass Mood Exposure Ambient Lighting Blush. I freaking love this blush. This is the only blush I use. It is like a mauve-y color, and it does have like a nice sheen to it, which I absolutely love. I used to be into matte blushes, but ever since I found this blush, I cannot get over it. It's the only thing I use. Now for blush, since I do have bigger cheeks, I like to try to keep the blush more towards the back and less on the cheeks. So I apply it right here over the bronzer pretty much. And if I feel like I need a little more color, I will dust whatever is left. Jeez Louise. Onto the apples of my cheeks and on that bridge of my nose. And before I forget, I do like to contour my forehead a little bit. Sorry. I do take it on the whole part, not the corners, and I just like to do like in these areas right here and then just blend that out. So I do focus it more on here and the other side. So if you do have a small forehead, not a gigantic one like me, you don't have to contour your forehead. I want to say bronzing, like just like the very hairline, if your forehead is really small, will do you justice. And now that blush is done, bronzer and that, now we could do highlight. So today I will be using the same palette, and I will be using this top corner one, which is called Lit. And I am taking that on my Sedona Lace FB01 fan brush. I absolutely love this brush for highlight. So I just dip that in. Try to get it only on the dark bristles, and make sure you put it like you see the light is naturally hitting here. That's exactly where you want to apply the highlighter, and I just like to go back and forth. And dip in a little more. And I always like to go up and around just so that it has something to connect to, just so it doesn't look like it just ends like right there. And just a little bit on the forehead. So I did dip in again. Now we're doing the other side. And just making that connect so it doesn't just end. And I do like applying some on my nose, just the tip of my nose. I don't like putting any on the bridge. And some on the forehead area as well. And now to blend in the highlight, I do like to take the same blush brush and just blend. I didn't add any more blush to the brush. We're just trying to blend the highlight. And just take any setting spray. I am using the Cover FX Mattifying setting spray. This one is a sample. And just spritz in your whole face. And voila. I don't like to contour my chin because I feel like it just looks muddy on me. It just doesn't work on me. But when you do contour your chin, you would just do right here, a little bit above the natural contour lines of your chin, and voila. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys tune in again next time. Bye. That didn't work. Bye.